Hit me.
Alright, now when I say that I mask everything off, this is what I mean. It's basically the exact same size as the stickers themselves, and I've covered them up with some painter's tape, and after I get finished painting, all I gotta do is just pull those off, and voila, don't have to make repros, especially since they were already clean and look good. So that's what I'm gonna do here. Yep, this back here looks pretty good, so I don't need to do like a whole bunch of work, which is really good. Now I think I'm going to do one more quick wipe down before I apply the paint to this, and then we'll have at it. And here we are, folks. We are at a holding point now for decals. I'm gonna let this air out and dry for the rest of this day. Sun will take care of all those fumes and everything. It's nice and cozy outside, not too hot, not too cold. Beautiful weather, actually. And here we have the back box. This is also going to be sitting outside, drying out. Brought it inside the garage now that it's pretty much not tacky anymore from time to dry outside and everything. Just wanted to give you guys a look at it. Alright, well, took off the mask, and everything came with it. So that didn't work out as well as I was hoping it would on this. So I'm going to have to do a repro. This is just a regular piece of paper, can't even speak, piece of paper right now, just to make sure the size is correct and all that kind of stuff. It looks like it's going to work. So now I just need to actually print it out on decal paper, and yeah, then we should be good to go on that after that. So it's been replaced, although I feel like, you know, it's like brand new in comparison to the old ones and stuff like that, but I think it looks pretty damn good.
One of the most important things to do when getting your decals is to make sure that they will fit. Some people paint, prime, and even go all out and clear coat the cabinet before applying the decals. Now, I have done it with the paint and primer and applied decals, and I personally saw nothing different. So that is why I only sand using up all the way to the highest grit that I can use, that I actually see a difference on. I want to say it's up to like at least 1200 grit. The higher the better though, because this is going to allow us to lay the decals down without any defect showing through. Now, any defect on the wood will be highly magnified when the decal covers it. So by all means, use a tack cloth before laying the decal down on the wood to help gather any dirt or particles that may have fallen onto the surface. I then use my X-Acto blade to cut off all the overhang. To make sure that the decals cannot be accidentally lifted by merely touching the edges of the actual cabinet, I'm going to be using an 800 grit sandpaper on a metal bar. This gives me a beveled edge. You will have white showing afterwards, and that is easily remedied with a black paint pen. quick heat gun application will help with any adhesion and other small creases or wrinkles that may or may not be in the art. Then I X-Acto knife out all the holes for the hardware for the cabinet.
So I'm getting ready to apply the cabinet decals for the main portion of the cabinet. And this is something I basically confirmed now. I already had a suspicion whenever I was installing the head cabinet decals that things weren't going to be exactly the way Williams had it. Now, when I get to this portion, I can definitely tell that this is not going to be as good as Williams had it. So let me just give you an example. Like right here, there needs to be about a 1/4 inch of black right here. Now you go up here, Johnny's head, at least about that much, is going to be covered with side rails. Williams has it to where you can completely see it. So this is a sizing issue when it comes to the art. This is not the way it's supposed to be, and you think it might be too far forward or too far back. No, it's right there, guys. And I got maybe an inch of overhang, maybe out there. So it's definitely not precise when it comes to matching with Williams. But the thing is, this is the only option I've got. This is all I've got. No one else has got sets of these. Retro Refurbs doesn't have anything. This is classic arcades for those that want to know. I'm a little upset about this, that it's going to be definitely very obviously different in my opinion. A lot of people probably won't notice this, but I will. That it's not going to be as fitting as it should be. So that sucks. But I've got no other option. This is what I'm going to have to do. I don't even see any alternates available online. I mean, chances are me or even my brother might be able to make some, but it's got to go with the playfield. And if it's too drastically different, I mean, the only way I could do this is if I was to scan this in, resize it myself, and then have a buddy of mine reprint it for me. Currently at a holding point when it comes to the exterior. So I'm doing what I can on the inside just to get things done, because I can get things done inside the cabinet. That's fine. It's just going to make the cabinet a little heavier when I'm moving it around to install the decal. So no big deal. I've started getting everything all cleaned up. All the wiring and stuff like that. I've already got the transformer all done. There's a video that's going to be out on Straight Down the Middle by the time this video airs. I'm sure it'll already be available to you. But going over all the trials and tribulations I did with that. But I'm going to start getting the grounding wire all stapled back to the cabinet now. And just getting the cabinet back into one piece before I start on the playfield. Alright, cables have been cleaned now, so I've got them all spread out on the floor once again. We'll show you what the towel looks like, and this is just for the cabling that's going to the cabinet. So definitely had a good amount of dirt and everything on there. But you know, now these are no longer sticky, and I definitely still got some on my finger, and I'm gonna go wash my hands before I go putting them back into the machine. But along with that, I've got all new wire harness holders right here. So instead of reusing the old ones, these things are pretty cheap, so we'll just buy all new. And so this cabinet's going to be getting all new that and putting the wire harness back into the cabinet now. And here we got pretty much a majority of the cabinet items back in place. All of the wiring that goes to the back box is all just laying back there for right now, but still got definitely a good amount of things that can go in here, and obviously everything's going to have to be cleaned out because I'm getting all kinds of dust particles and everything in here with all the moving around. Still got to do the grounding wire strip going across everything. Probably hit that tomorrow, but that's where we're at now. Okay, so where I'm at on the cabinet is I just got finished stapling the ground braid all around where it needs to be inside the cabinet. And this is now at a holding point for now until I can get my decals in. I'm not going to put the subwoofer speaker in there because I'm not using factory speakers for this baby. This one's getting an upgrade. So instead, going to move on to this baby, getting a lot of the hardware reinstalled on this one. I've got the artwork on this one. The artwork on this on the back box is fine. It's definitely doable. Now I'm just going to make it look nicer now. Here's with the majority of the hardware installed inside the cabinet. Got a new fuse chart up here. That looks all nice and good if it would focus. Got the coil, new coil wrapper all in there. All the hardware is installed. You've seen the bolts that were all painted are on there now. Those look good. Now it's time to get the light panel all redone. Alright, so when it comes to the light panel, this thing is actually in pretty good condition, guys. I'm not going to have to do much work on it. The metal isn't all rusted up, which is a lot better than the Swords of Fury that I just got finished doing. This is pretty clean, but I'm going to polish it up even more. Everything over here looks pretty good. Gonna get a new sticker on here. Well, this might just clean up, actually. Yeah. Goodness gracious. So I'm gonna try getting this all scrubbed and cleaned up. Some Novas might do the trick. The other side of it looks brand spanking new. So I'm not gonna have to do anything back here. I'm gonna do some more cleanup, obviously, but that should just wipe right off. That's just probably from dirty fingers touching it just recently. Other than that, this should be fairly easy to deal with. I know, I said I wasn't gonna do this, but it wasn't coming clean enough for me. I'm redoing this damn thing. Luckily, I don't have to do anything on the back side. There's no warpage or anything like that. Just the white isn't as wide as I would like it to be. So I'm now removing this. I have basically a small little pry bar like right here, and I'm able to get up underneath these and kind of just prime up. They also do a little bit of a twist, which kind of loosens them up a little bit, and then I'm able to prime out. So I'm removing everything from here, and I'm gonna sand it on the white portion, then do a whole new coat of gloss white with some clear to make it nice and reflective. Yay. So this is before. I mean, I've got all the lights off the back. You can see the difference in the white in comparison to everything else. I'm not crazy, it's just not coming as clean as I'd like it to, so basically gonna do Etch-a-Sketch here. Erase everything and do it all over again. So these are all coming off, gonna get polished up and sand, paint, clear, and then I'll apply maybe the same sticker, because I think the same still looks pretty decent, but I may just print a new one off and then get her on there and it'll look brand new again. And here we have the new version of it, all nice and shiny. Decided to go ahead and keep the old sticker on here. It looked pretty good, so I was like, all right, we'll keep it. Nothing's changed in the back. I'm gonna do a little bit of cleanup right there. Other than that, all the metal's polished. Back here as well. It's all nice and cleaned up. Yep. So now I'm going to get the lights back on there.